I guess every ride's gonna start in the parking deck. She's already out there and ready to go. We spent a little bit of time this morning doing routine maintenance on the bikes, getting ready for a little bit longer ride, you know, oiling and lubing chains and airing up tires, checking oil, and you know, any other things that we needed to make sure were packed on the bikes. We did. So this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, we're going to take another short ride around Lake Dillon, which is the next town over, about 5 miles from here. So stay tuned. Right on. that was a ride around the Dillon, I said Dillon Lake earlier, that was Dillon Reservoir, to get it right. This is Frisco, Colorado. It's about 5 miles away from Copper, where we're staying. We stopped here for a snack. Okie doke. She's already found the shop. We've gotten fairly used to eating Mexican on Sundays with our friends Greg and Melody. So we're gonna have Mexican on Sunday. Oh, they have Taco Tuesday. You want to sit outside?
That's one of your names.
Oh man, her name's not on the list. I don't care. You? Well, that was dinner with to-go boxes. Two to-go boxes. We forgot to share.
To-go boxes on motorcycles.
We'll figure that out. This is Frisco. There's our bikes. Back to Copper. We were headed back to Copper and decided to take the exit over here at the lake and the river, and pulled off. The interstate is right there, and this is right here. We're adventuring. How about that? Very nice. think we made the most of that 43-mile ride. The plan was to ride around the Dillon Reservoir, which is the next town over. We ended up extending it a little bit and rode out to Breckenridge, which was, I don't know, 10 miles or so, and just did a loop and came back the same way. And then we rode through Frisco, Colorado, and stopped in for an early dinner at the Mexican, which was very good. And then on the way back to Copper, we stopped at a couple of roadside scenic areas and got a few pictures. We were able to do a little bit of, I guess you could call it, adventure riding. Roads turned into dirt and gravel, and that's what these bikes are for. And Nene even made a U-turn on the dirt and gravel, a pretty tight U-turn, and she did good. So I think she was proud of that. So then after that, we headed on back to Copper. It was like I said, a short ride, but a very good day. Right on.